In some NBA trade deadline talk, because
We got
there's
to.
been some interesting trades. Do you know what? We're going to start off with the Mavs, because it's been just about a year since Luka AD trade, and when we just woke up and saw the madness, I'll never forget that day. And now AD has been traded to the Wizards amongst other players and stuff like that. But the Dallas Mavericks, they are so lucky they have Cooper Flagg, or else I think the fans might have burnt that arena.
I was about to say the same thing.
Because Cooper Flagg, he's going to be an absolute superstar, bruv. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Recently, he's just been on a mad tear, regardless of their record. Man's put up the most points as a rookie, and he's just going back-to-back games, scoring crazy. But then the way I remember beginning of the season, I was like, the way people are overhyping the Mavs, I was like, bro, we haven't even seen these players play together. A lot of them have health issues, and then now you're even further breaking up the team.
Yeah. Well, we can now see that the Luka trade was absolute nonsense, and these new owners that have come in don't really know what they're doing, because you make the trade, you then fire the GM, you then have an injury-prone Anthony Davis, which we all know is injury-prone. We have Kyrie Irving, who's injury-prone, which we all know is injury-prone. You then get the first overall draft pick, so you're buzzing. No one really plays together, and then you trade everyone away.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you trade them away for what? What do you get in return? Are you rebuilding now? Like, what is your plan of action now as a Dallas Mavericks?
On your rebuilding point, obviously they got a few players which don't really make a difference, but their picks is next year's first round pick. No, this year's first round pick is via OKC. OKC are likely going to the Western Conference Finals, so that's not going to be a high pick. And then the next first round pick is 2030 via Golden State, but it's 2030. Do you know what I mean? It's not like you got one each year.
It doesn't make sense to me, because especially right now, like the trade. Okay, if you wanted to make this trade in the offseason, yeah, make it. But right now, this trade doesn't make sense, because really and truly, the Mavs ain't going nowhere, and the Wizards ain't going nowhere. It's a good trade. Wait, for the Wizards, it's great. For the Wizards, this is great, because if they can get Trae Young and Anthony Davis to be healthy, I don't know if it's possible, but if they can, they're bringing something back to that city that hasn't had anything for a long old time.
They just need some form of excitement in Washington.
Yes. Yes. And speaking to people, Washington's a great place to live. So do you get what I mean?
They got good young players as well, though.
Yes, they do. They do. But for the Mavericks, I'm still trying to work out why you made the trade now. Because why do you just wait till everyone's healthy, or everyone gets to the point where they're healthy, plays together, see what you have, and then make the trade? Right now, you're not going nowhere. You're not going nowhere with the trade or without the trade. So wait. Just wait. But instead.
Yeah. And the thing, like, to get AD, it wasn't even expensive, or I say expensive, but it wasn't a lot that had to be traded. Like, I remember listening to Nick yesterday, Nick Wright, he was saying, for instance, Golden State fans should be slightly annoyed looking at if that's all it took to get AD. Obviously, AD's injured. Why didn't they get him? Because they could have got him.
Yeah,
like, he used the Warriors as an example, but he said many teams. He said even if the Lakers wanted to, they could have traded back for him if the Mavs allowed it. Like when he was doing workings out, and then you're seeing
essentially they traded. Yeah, go on. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, no. That was me saying the haul that they got for him. That was it, literally.
Yeah, because essentially, the Warriors traded Kuminga and Buddy Hield for Porzingis. Boy, at this point, the Mavs might have taken that for Anthony Davis.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah. I don't know. Boy, I really don't know. The Mavs have been since they made that Luka trade, everything's gone one way down, and I don't see it going anywhere. You got Cooper Flagg, cool, but we've seen you make a mad trade before. So what's telling us in 5 years' time when it's time to pay him the supermax, you don't trade him away as well?
What you said? The clock is ticking for Cooper Flagg.
I'm just saying, bro. They clearly don't want to pay anyone a lot of money,
Yeah,
so they're like, okay, cool. We'll try and use you for as long as possible. If you trade Luka Doncic, you can trade anybody, bro. There's no one that's safe.
facts. Yeah,
As
it's a
an
bit
organization, you traded Luka and Anthony Davis.
in the space of 12 months.
Exactly.
Like, so AD's now been Lakers, Mavs, and now Washington in that span as well. Obviously, he's hardly played, so that's the only point I get in terms of the health factor. But yeah, I don't. With Dallas Mavs, it's hard to say what they're doing. But yeah, obviously Warriors one, you've already just touched up on Kuminga, Buddy Hield going for Porzingis. I don't think this will help the Warriors in any sense at all.
Neither do I, but hey, I
Yeah.
think it's a trade just to get off of Kuminga, because obviously he's sort of falling out with Steve Kerr, and it was just a trade to get someone that's not in the greatest space in the building out of the building.
Yeah.
I think we lose shooting with we lose shooting with Buddy Hield. We lose an athletic wing with Kuminga, who is really, really a good player, but obviously don't want to play in this type of system. We get back an injury-prone center who,
Yeah.
when he's fit, he's sensational. But
Yeah.
when was the last time we saw Porzingis fit?
Yeah. I was looking at the Warriors
So
projected starting five yesterday. It was Steph, Pod, Draymond, Horford, and
Draymond,
Porzingis, and I'm like, yeah, there's
yeah,
nothing on that one.
nothing.
This trade kind of surprised me. The Pacers getting Zubac. I was slightly surprised the
Mm,
Clippers traded Zubac. I don't know what's going on with that. Like, obviously they got Mathurin, who's a good young player, could be really good, and they got couple first rounds within two first rounds, 26 and then 29, and then the second round in 28, all Indianas. But like Zubac's been one of the best centers in the NBA for a while now.
yeah. I don't really understand the trade.
Mm.
I don't really get what the Clippers are doing. So that's the main confusion about the whole situation. Okay, cool. You're trading away players, but what's your plan? Because you're keeping Kawhi. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when you're keeping a superstar, surely you're trading for other superstars, and you're not trading away your better players to
Mm.
bring in youthfulness. And I'm not saying they've got a good four. They've got a good start. They've got a good four. They just don't have a center. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they've got a good starting four right now. They just now don't have a center, which now makes no sense because you just traded away one of the better ones in the NBA. Unless
And
you're
they
looking on the open market and you've seen someone.
yeah. And just to add that, they've been on a very good run. Like this is why the Harden and um what's his name?
Garland
Garland
trade.
trade was like, just for argument's sake, when it occurred, the Clippers were on like they're 117 out of 21. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, they were still low in seeding,
Yeah.
but they showed that the team was rounding up well and they had a solid starting five. Not to say they would have won, they wouldn't have won anything, I don't think. But yeah, I think your question is what is their plan is a very good question.
Obviously, I feel like with the James Harden trade, it's money. I think it's
Mhm.
money because I think the Clippers weren't going to take his option next year of like 49 mil guaranteed. So I feel like he's going thinking, bro, I'm at the age 36. I need to get my money. I need to be secure somewhere. I feel like the Cavs will take up that $49 million option,
Mhm.
whereas the Clippers wouldn't. I feel like the Clippers like Darius Garland in the system. He's a real good player when he's healthy. I love him when he's healthy, when he's fit. And I
Just
feel
been
like he could
injured
work
a lot though.
very well. Yeah. I feel like he'll work well with Kawhi, though. I feel like he'll work well with Kawhi. I feel like he'll work well in LA. I think LA want to pay young players because since they lost Shea, they're trying to maybe think about okay, we lost Shea. Let's see if we can find another one. So that's what it looks like they're trying to do to me. They're like, okay, we lost him in this mad trade we made for Paul George. Let us try and recoup with James Harden and see if we can do it.
But
And Zubac. But yeah, I don't know what the Clippers are doing.
I don't know. I understand why the Cavs got Harden, because obviously it's the East, and obviously Harden's playoff performances haven't been like that. But you can understand, like, oh, Donovan Mitchell might need extra help in terms of just experience, facilitating. Cause Harden is an upgrade on Garland, as good as Garland is. And then hopefully, say Mobley can step up even more, for instance. So I can get why the Clippers have gone for it now. But yeah, like you said, the Clippers, I don't know what they're doing because Kawhi is still there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I
it
agree on
doesn't
that.
seem like a full rebuild kind of vibes. So yeah, I'm not sure with that one. What do you think about the Celtics getting Vucevic? Because the Celtics have surprisingly been good this season.
I think it's a move that makes sense for them. I think it's a move where they're going, okay, cool. The East isn't that strong. We may be able to make it back to the finals again, even without Jason Tatum.
He
And I
might come
think it's a
back.
move in that direction. I know he's been saying that and putting up motivational stuff, but brother, please, just rest. Just honestly, just rest. I want to see you healthy and playing. I don't want to see you come back and you get hurt again, and then we're missing you for another year, bro. Like we saw it with Clay with the ACL, then came back, did the ruptured his Achilles. Like
Mhm,
we want to see the best players on the floor. Please just rest this year. Come back next year, fully fit, healthy. You saw how KD came back. Do the same
mhm,
thing. Follow what you've seen from the previous people. So yeah, I feel like it's a trade that actually puts them in a position where they're going, okay, cool. Well, they can now really push. And Jaylen Brown's been great this year. So he's kind of taken the reins. It's my team. I can do what I want. He's been
mhm,
great. I think all the role players around him have been great. The Celtics have had a good core anyway.
mhm,
And I think adding Vucevic to this helps a lot. You got a big that can do a lot of the dirty stuff inside, and he can do some stuff from outside. So
mhm.
I feel like it's a real good and key move for them, and it could be the one that pushes them not over the edge, but it puts them in a place where we can make it back to where we used to be. We
Yeah,
don't always need the Jason Tatum. So yeah, I like it.
I think they're gonna be back sooner than expected. Because, like you said, one, the other players are stepping up. Like Derek White's just
Mm.
always been reliable. Peyton Pritchard is showing he's a starting point guard in this league. And then I saw a tweet about their projected salary and luxury tax. So as of June 15th last year, their projected salary and luxury tax was 540 million. As of Feb 2nd, it's now 211 million. And people are like, obviously, people
Mm.
knew the Celtics had to get their wages down. That's why they thought they wouldn't be good. But the way Brad Stevens and that front office have worked, it's like,
Yeah.
all right, cool, we're going to get rid of players, blah, blah, blah. But we're bringing in like niche ones that just fit pieces. And then again, like you said, Jaylen Brown's showed he is a number one on any team. And then
Yeah.
it's the East. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying they're favorites, but won't at this rate won't be surprised if they make Eastern Conference Finals with the way they're playing.
Yeah, who are the favorites in the East right now? You got a good few
I think the
teams, but like
Pistons.
again, yeah. But again, if you're gonna go Pistons versus the Celtics, you're gonna go experience. Oh, you get what I mean? So like it's wide open. It's wide
Mhm,
open, and that's probably why the Cavs have made that trade for Harden, for instance. That's why the Celtics have made this trade. They're like,
mhm.
hold on, we can do it this year. Similar to NFL, it is wide open.
Yeah, yeah, no facts. It's facts. Because even again, the Knicks should be thinking this is our moment. Do you know what I mean?
They're just messing around though. I don't know what they're on.
they've been back on the winning streak, but their losing streak was horrendous, bruv. I was like, I don't know
Terrible.
what they're playing at. All right, cool. And before we wrap up, were you surprised that Giannis did not get traded?
No,
Mm,
I was not. I didn't see the packages out there that made sense for the Bucks to take.
mm-hmm,
As much as he wanted to leave, there wasn't any like major packages that was like, okay, you're gonna move here, you're gonna move here. I think the Bucks are sitting there going, bro, you're contracted to us, and if we can't get back anything good in return in this type of East where we can win now with you,
mm-hmm,
why are we gonna make that trade? That's probably what their thinking is, and they're looking at, oh, okay, the Knicks, but do the Knicks have enough? Do you need that? Do you want Cat? Do like because he'll be the centerpiece of the trade? You then look at the Warriors. Do you want an old aging Draymond who's probably gonna ask for a buyout and then try and go back to the Warriors?
mm-hmm.
Do you want Kaminga? The players don't add up, so nothing was making sense to me. And again, similar to what the Mavs did, it didn't. Similar to what the Mavs didn't do, but did. The Mavs made a decision that doesn't make sense. The
Mm-hmm.
Bucks were like, nothing's good enough out there for us. We're not making the decision. We're not
Yeah,
making that change. So, and Giannis is a stand-up utmost professional. Look, he'll play if he's fit. So
yeah.
yeah, he'll be there.
Apparently, he took to IG yesterday saying legends don't chase, they attract, with the cool shades on. It's like this guy's on. It's a funny guy. But I was seeing, I think the teams that because apparently the Timberwolves were really trying to make a move for him,
Mm.
but
Which,
it
which,
didn't come
which,
to it didn't come to fruition on that point. But they would have had to get rid of McDaniels for him. So, boy,
everyone that's going for that trade, you're depleting some part of your team you don't want to deplete, basically,
yeah,
and that's the problem. And you kind of don't want to go into a situation now where you want to check. KD said it when he refused to be traded during the season,
mm,
from the Suns to the Warriors, for instance. He was like, it doesn't make sense for us to change what's going on right now because then I got to learn a new system. Not him, but you get what I mean. People got to learn a new system, and then it can go one of two ways. It can go very well, it can go very, very badly.
mm-hmm,
So, especially with a player like Giannis, who is very ball dominant and the system's been him, to go into a situation with another superstar. Obviously, he's played with Dame, but Dame wasn't Dame. Do you get what I
yeah.
mean? So, yeah.
No, that's fair. That is fair. But I think it's gonna be that will be the topic of the off season because it does look like he's gonna go. Giannis is gonna leave the Bucks this off season. So it's just probably the Bucks thinking, "Yo, nothing's gonna change for us now." So, like you said, let's wait till the off season and let's try and get as best possible, say picks, the odd good young player and stuff like that, and then boom, go from there. Because for them, it's an actual full on rebuild.
Yeah. Yeah. Him and Jar will be the talk, I think. Him and Jar will be the talk of the offseason.
But apparently, I was seeing that Jaren Jackson Jr., when he got traded, he had way more trade value than Ja. Apparently, the Grids are struggling to get rid of Ja.
It's difficult because I think it's the baggage that he comes along with.
Injury as
And
well, slightly.
again, yeah, and I think you got to trade too many assets you want to keep. For instance, like Miami, do you get rid of Tyler Hero? You don't. You kind of want him. Do you get what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
there's too many assets to give up that are valuable to how the team is, and during the season again, you don't want to make that trade. Off
yeah.
season, maybe because you can rebuild and you can go into a off season training camp and okay, cool, this is how we play and this is what we do. But during the season, it don't make sense. I don't think.
Mm, yeah. It'll be interesting who will try to go for Ja in the offseason, but boy, and the NBA trade deadline, some interesting trades, nothing as surprising as last year, and I don't know if anything come top of last year's because that was absolutely
Yeah.
historical. In that sense.